Arsenal is heading to Wembley after a last-minute goal from Kai Havertz. Even if it stayed 0-0, Arsenal will be playing in the final of the Carabao Cup, and tomorrow we'll see the fixture between Manchester City and Newcastle United, and the winner of that match will also head to Wembley to face Arsenal. And this match, it was weird, both, of course, Chelsea with the new manager, Rosner, they've played 8 games, won 7, I'm pretty sure, so he's had a decent start of the season. But this game here was probably their toughest one yet. One of the toughest ones yet. Of course, it's the league leaders. It's a chance to go to a cup final. As a new manager, you want that. You want to put, a good name out. A good, not performance, but to show that you're capable of being in that position of winning a trophy. And starting 11, obviously, what you pretty much expect him. Martinelli, Gyökeres getting minutes here and there. Got subbed out. You see the players warming up pretty early on in the first half. You see Gabriel Jesus warming up, Luis Skelly, because sometimes the attack is it's off. It's on and off for Arsenal there. And Declan Rice, Zubimendi, Eze finally getting playing more minutes. He's been, since that was at the Tottenham game, he's been not playing as much. Then you have Hincapié, Gabriel, Saliba, and Timber are arguably the best back line in Europe, and then Kepa Arrizabalaga in goal. And then Chelsea, for me, is weird. They I don't know. I look at the Chelsea squad, and I still don't think it's solidified. I still don't think it's that powerhouse Chelsea team that can be. There's glimpses, there's players that could be there, but it's just not there yet. So it's I don't know. It's just something Chelsea needs to. I feel like their back line's not there yet. Obviously, injuries. Levi Colwill still being out. You still have Gusto, who's here and there. I'm not a huge fan of Fofana. Chalobah's alright, and then Hato, who they got from Ajax, still a youngster. Joe Pedro, for me, has glimpses of what he could be. Liam Delap, not a crazy fan of him. Andre Santos, I liked him down in Strasbourg. You're pretty much star quote unquote players in this team is Cucurella, Enzo, and Caicedo. Of course, Cole Palmer, but for me, he's been inconsistent since the beginning of, or since the midway of last season. He not the same Cole Palmer that obviously. So there was that in this match. Arsenal, I think, pretty comfortably had control maybe of the field in the first half. And then since it was the corner, Chelsea tried something new, something similar to what was it that tried it? I'm not sure, but they had more players outside the pitch, which made it so it was less cramped up in the box when there was a corner for Arsenal, because how Arsenal are great at set pieces and corners. So there was that Chelsea tried to do, but besides that, I don't know. It was pretty, not the most intense game, not as thrilling. Arsenal had a few chances, not really clear cut like matches. It was pretty much 50-50. Both teams had the ball. Chelsea, I didn't even know they had 14 shots on target, or 14 shots, 8 on target. So Chelsea, of course, they were trying to get there. Like I said, I just don't see that this Chelsea squad being there yet. There's glimpses, there's hopes, there is definitely talent. It's just not, I don't know. And also coming to this match, I feel like you gotta put in your star players. Cole Palmer, of course, who's recently came back from injury, and Esteval, who's not really been scoring lately. But I don't know. I think for me, nobody says his name, but D1 Glazer for Mark U. I've always said I see him as a natural number 9, a raw, talented striker that you need. If you put him next to, is Neto out? They do have a lot of injuries, well. But him, Esteval, Cole Palmer up there, I think that would be really well for them. I didn't even know they had this many injuries. Pedro Neto's out, Reece James out, Gittins. Wow, I didn't know. But yeah, I don't know. With this, we'll see. We'll see what happens with Chelsea there, and of course this match tomorrow. City going against Newcastle. City's gonna win. They're already 2-0 down. Newcastle has been really inconsistent this season as well. They have talented players. They have, they spent a lot of Lenga, still hasn't really proven his worth yet. And you have City, who, let's see their last matches here. Back-to-back losses, doing time. I mean, they beat them 2-0. I think that's the cup still. Was it the cup? Yeah. So I don't know. I think City might are gonna go through. I think Newcastle could score, but I think City at the end of the day are gonna win this match and go through from there. So that's pretty much what the EFL Cup match between Arsenal and Chelsea.